Prime Minister has called for further deepening of bilateral trade and business ties between Pakistan and Nigeria. President launched Asan Karobar program in Islamabad today to boost business environment and promote investment in the country. Foreign Office spokesperson says Pakistan seeks to build partnership and bridges of cooperation across the Islamic world. Pakistan and Germany have reaffirmed their commitment to work together for peace, security and stability in the region, particularly in Afghanistan. All Parties Hurriyat Conference has expressed serious concern over surge in the state terrorism unleashed by Modi-led fascist Indian government across the illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Gulf Cooperation Council has called for the UN-sponsored political negotiation to resolve the Yemen conflict. And now the news in detail. Nigerian Defence Minister Major General retired Bashir Salahi called on Prime Minister Imran Khan in the Islamabad today. Talking to him, the Prime Minister appreciated the growing bilateral cooperation between the two countries in the field of defence, security and counter-terrorism. The Prime Minister called for further deepening of bilateral trade and business ties with Nigeria. He also highlighted his vision of Engage Africa policy, which aims to expand the diplomatic footprint and advance trade and investment partnership with the content. The Prime Minister lauded the anonymous adoption of landmark resolution by the UN General Assembly on the declaring 15 March as the International Day of the Combat Islamophobia. He said this recognition by the General Assembly will helping the combating the contemporary challenges of racism, discrimination and violence against the Muslims and promoting interfaith harmony. President Dr. Arif Alvi launched Asan Karobar program in Islamabad today, which aims to improve Pakistan business environment, particularly for small and medium enterprises. Addressing the launching ceremony, the President said that Pakistan has taken numerous steps for the ease of doing business to promote investment in the country. He urged the Board of Investment to make Asan Karobar program interactive to address complaints from the business community. Earlier speaking on the occasion, Advisor on Commerce Abdul Razak Daud said Pakistan ranking in the ease of doing business has improved due to prudent politics of the government. In his remarks, Country Director World Bank Najee lauded Pakistan efforts to introducing reform to promote business in the country. He assured that World Bank will continue to support Pakistan to implement the reforms initiatives. The government has decided to file a reference in the Supreme Court under Article 186 for interpretation of the Article 63A. This was stated by the Minister for Information and Broadcasting, Chaudhry Fawad Hussain, in his tweet today. The Information Minister said opinion of the Apex Court will be sought out as to what will be the legal status of votes of the party member who are explicitly involved in the horse trading and changing loyalties of the sake of money. The reference will also seek opinion whether the disqualification of the member who changed loyalties of the financial gains will be for lifetime and they will be allowed to run for re-election. Interior Minister Sheikh Rashid says the country cannot afford political confrontation in view of its economic situation. Talking to media person in Islamabad today, he said that the opposition parties will be facilitated to hold their long march with the government wants them to sit with the local administration to determine the route of their rally. Sheikh Rashid Ahmed said the video footage of the Sindh House has exposed those involved in buying and selling of the votes. He asked the PTI members as well as the allied parties to stand by Prime Minister Imran Khan this critical juncture. The Interior Minister said the entire nation stands behind Prime Minister Imran Khan, who will bring a change in the country. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi says hosting the 48th session of the OIC Council of Foreign Ministers in a matter of honor for Pakistan. Talking to PTV News, he said the visit of OIC foreign ministers will further improve the prestige of country at international level. The foreign minister said stoking political instability at this critical juncture by the opposition is not appropriate. He urged the opposition to revisit its decision. This is Radio Pakistan. Spokesperson Asim Iftikhar says Pakistan seeks to build partnership and bridges of cooperation across the Islamic world to promote collective interest of the Ummah and to address the myriad of challenges confronting Muslims. Speaking at his weekly news briefing in Islamabad today, he said flawless administrative and security arrangements have been made for the 2 days 48th session of the OIC Council of Foreign Ministers in Islamabad. Beginning from Tuesday, the spokesperson said theme of the session partnering for unity, justice and development represents our commitment to foster unity within the Ummah, advance the cause of justice for all Muslims and promote prosperity and sustainable development for OIC member status. He said that Prime Minister Imran Khan will keynote address at the inaugural session. Asim Iftikhar said the core issues on the agenda, particularly Palestine and Jammu Kashmir, will be addressed during this conference. The discussions will also focus on key priorities such as the countering Islamophobia, recovery from COVID-19 pandemic, and diverse matters of the peace, security, economic development, cultural and society cooperation, and revitalizing the role of the OIC. Chairman Joint Chief of Staff Committee General Nadeem Raza, who is an official visit to Germany and Switzerland, called on German Chief of Defense Forces General Zorn, according to ISPR, matters of bilateral professional interest, including further strengthening of the security and defense cooperation between the two countries, were discussed in the meeting. Both sides reaffirmed their commitment to work together for peace, security and stability in the region, particularly in Afghanistan. All parties Hurriyat Conference has expressed serious concern over surge in the state terrorism unleashed by Modi-led fascist Indian government across Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir to suppress Kashmiri's just struggle for the right to self-determination. In a statement issued in Srinagar today, the APHC spokesperson said the killing of 11 youth in fake encounters in the Srinagar, Gandarbal, Pulwama and Kupwara areas and arrest of the dozens of others in the last few days during so-called cordon and search operation in the worst display of the brutal Indian imperialism. He urged the UN Security General and Attorney to take recognize of the widespread killing, illegal detention and other human rights violation by Indian troops in Health Valley and initiate measures for the settling the Kashmir dispute in accordance with the relevant UN resolutions. The Gulf Cooperation Council has underlined the need of UN-sponsored political negotiations for peaceful solution to the Yemen conflict. Addressing a news briefing in Riyadh, city of Saudi Arabia, Secretary General of the GCC, Naufal Hajaf, urged all varying parties in Yemen to adopt ceasefire and start peace talk. He said the Gulf Cooperation Council will host peace talk between Yemen's warring parties in Riyadh from 29th of the month to 7th of the next month. Now finally the weather. Weather report: mainly hot and dry weather is expected in the most part of the country during the next 12 hours. However, rain, wind and other thunder hailstorm are expected in Upper Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Islamabad, Pothohar region, Gilgit-Baltistan and Kashmir. Meanwhile, dust, rising gusty winds and windstorm are also expected in Sargodha, Mianwali, Khushab, Hafizabad, Gujranwala, Sialkot, Gujarat, Lahore, Sheikhupura, Ukara, Sahiwal, Faisalabad, Multan and Bahawalpur. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletin on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.